episode number 6, TNA Wrestling Impact 2001. These are the results from Total Non-Stop Action tonight, being held in front of 2,000 people at the Mason City Bank in Mason City. Yeah, so if you haven't noticed or you haven't been paying attention, there is a new schedule. Mondays will be Falling Star. Tuesdays is TNA Tuesdays. Wednesdays is a brand new series which is editing in the back and it's all ready to go. It's already been done. So that's going to be happening on Wednesdays, and on Thursdays will be AAW All Action Wrestling, which starts tomorrow, or it starts this week on the 21st will be when it kicks off properly. But yeah, so tonight I'm taping TNA. I was going to tape AAW, and then I realised I had one saved up, so I thought I'd get it out on YouTube so people know. But in a pre-show, I've had Terrible Wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. PJ Black defeated BT Gunn in 7:32 by pinfall and missile drop click. BT Gunn was here on a one-night deal, and he did quite well, 40D-. BT Gunn was very off his game, but BT Gunn and PJ Black have great chemistry showed in their performance. In the quality and the colour come together match a boost. BT Gunn 30, PJ Black 43. PJ Black improving in performance, which is not bad. BT Gunn is a part of the training school, the training grounds, Ring of Fire. As you may know, he works for ICW in real life at the moment. In 2001, he was just coming out. In a bad subpart wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Paul London defeated Matt Cross by 8:23 by pin for the London Calling, the 50D+. Matt Cross is getting better. He's giving Paul London soon off his game. Matt Cross and Paul London pretty good chemistry, lifted the match. Now it's quality and the colour come together match of boost. Matt Cross 28, Paul London 59. No work. I seem to be having a good job, being really well in 2001 with this sort of thing. We're in October, so when we get to the end of the year awards, we'll be able to see how well we did. But it's not responding. In a pre-show about decent wrestling, we didn't have much heat. America's Most Wanted defeated the Dudley Boys in 8:27 when James Storm defeated Brother Ray by pinfall the 8-second ride in 61C. Brother Devon and Brother Ray showed excellent chemistry teaming out there. Brother Ray looked good. Brother Ray 80, Brother Devon 76, Chris Harris 38, and James Storm 39. Storm improving in performance. Don't expect much to be going on at the moment, but it's going to be interesting. In the pre-show bout, subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Drago defeated the Zebra Kid in 8:07 by pinfall. The Zebra Kid was really off his game, announced quality and the colour come together match of boost. Drago 51, Zebra Kid 26, no work appearance. Rory Knight might be vanishing and we might be swapping him out for someone from the training schools, and he'll go to training schools. I think BT Gunn might be a better option. In a pre-show bout, decent wrestling below heat, Kenny Omega defeated Sean Waltman in 7:49 by pinfall. Kenny Omega debuted his comic book villain. Gimmick's got a shrine of average. Kenny Omega's getting better. He's going. Sean Waltman seemed off his game. Jerry Lawler might have pretty good chemistry calling matches together. The announcing quality lifted the match. Kenny Omega 29, Sean Waltman 69. No work for his 57C-. I will have to give him a bonus after this because he wasn't happy about losing, but I wanted to get Kenny Omega. He's an 18-year-old star. I know he's going to be a star for us, I think, like in real life. I am going to be announcing something. I am going to be bringing up 4 wrestlers from the training schools to be a part of the action division as of next Monday. So the Monday before the pay-per-view. So you'll get 4 more people coming up. But Kenny Omega's on this show, and I've brought someone up for Explosion from the training schools. But I already have the people signed. They've just put them down there for safekeeping until I'm ready to bring them to the main roster, which will be next week. So the Impact Big Monster storyline has advanced to the segment and gained heat. Please be aware Triple H is still kidnapped, and we don't know where he is. And we'll find out tonight where he is. But Triple H was kidnapped last week, if you remember, at the end of the show, and he was dragged straight to hell. So a lot of interesting things happened last week. So a lot of interesting things are going to happen this week as well. Believe you me. So Paul, in 2 weeks, Kane has picked the Big Show. Oh yes, you are the next victim of the monster, Kane. He had his eye on you for ages, and he's going to finish what he could not in the WWE with their bull crap. It's time you understand that this will be the fight of your life. Oh yes. I don't know why I can do Paul Bearer and nobody else in wrestling. And then Paul White comes out and he goes, sorry, but has Kane lost his voice? I just can't hear him talking. You see, I'm a giant of a man, and so is he. And when we fight in 2 weeks, the ring's going to need reinforcing. In fact, it will need reinforcing tonight. You see, Paul and Kane, and Kane too. It's been backstage balls and sneak attacks thing. You come out here in front of these stupid fans. You see, in 2 weeks, Kane will lose, and I will prove I'm the biggest and the best star in Impact. Out this, Kane just leaves the ring and he basically just gets in the face because Paul White hasn't got in the ring. He's just done on the entrance to the bottom of the ramp, and he gets in the face, but don't come to blows as we go into like a quick advert, like no surrender 2 weeks from tonight. Ooh. And not everyone's going to be on No Surrender because I'm going to be doing the storyline matches quite long, so each storyline match gets its time to kind of tell the story it's meant to be telling. In a Belvad subpar wrestling, a little heat, the Modern Dragons defeat the Briscoes in 6-10 ratio when Yoshi Tajiri defeated Jay Briscoe by submission of 48D+. Announced quality in the colour commentary the match and boost. Mark Briscoe 44, Jay Briscoe 40, Yoshi Tajiri 47 and Super Crazy 49. Super Crazy is improving in performance. The tag team division is going to be very different to the rest of the main roster after each big pay-per-view. So in December, I'll swap a few tag teams around to keep the tag team divisions fresh on both shows. Because only having 6 tag teams on either show is a bit, pants. So every 3 months, it'll get shaken up a bit. Just be prepared for that. In a Balvard, not decent wrestling, but non-existent crowd heat, Bryan Danielson defeated Austin Aries in 15:48 by submission with a cattle mutilation. I don't know why he hasn't got it set, but there you go. Bryan Danielson getting better his gimmick. Now it's quality lifted match. The colour commentary to match a boost. Aries 44, Danielson 57, and 54 C-. And you see, I do know my wrestling. I just can't say certain people's names. As you'll find out tomorrow, you're going to have a giggle. Well done. I hope you enjoyed that win, because in 2 weeks you won't get one. We're the best division in the world. We reinvented the cruiserweights and made it more exciting. You see, on live events, you never beat me in our tag matches. You see, you can beat me. You see, you can't beat me. And in 2 weeks on pay-per-view, I'll show the world you're a loser. Strong words from Christopher Daniels and mentioning live events. Plug in. You see, I want to make this as realistic as possible. Hey guys, guess what? We do live events. Come and see us. I'm sat here and I've got a grey bear called Rufus. Winnie the Pooh bear with a Christmas Goofy with a light up jumper just sitting there looking at me because I've got him on the end of the bed. And I've just got a pile of teddy bears next to me. That shows you what life I live. A lonely one. When my fiancée isn't with me. She's at work today and she won't be here till Friday. And then we're going to hers for Christmas, which is why I'm trying to get these done today. In above our good wrestling and decent match crowd, Jerry Lynn defeated Rhino in 7:09 by pinfall 61C. Jerry Lynn had a ring performance of 66, Rhino 71, no work for his 61C. Not a bad little match at all. Nigel McGuinness is in the back and he goes, the Action Division, which is a cocktail of X Division of heavyweights, micking styles. You see, the Action Division is fast and exciting until you get a look at the champion, Randy Orton. Orton never wants to fight. He wants to be dirty in the ring and should not be a champion. You better be ready, Orton, and watch what I do in this ring. Because I'm going to do it to you in 2 weeks at No Surrender. I forgot to put that at No Surrender. Not everyone's just going to keep going at 2 weeks. I kind of forgot the pay-per-view was, and then I remembered halfway through the show it was No Surrender. And I didn't want to look because when I'm in mid-flow of booking these shows and I don't pre-book them, I go with my gut on how to write promos and stuff. I just go with it. I don't write it down or anything. I just go with it because that's the best way I book. I kind of had, at this point I was in the middle of a flow. I didn't even have the arena booked. And then I kind of went out the flow because I had to book the arena. I've changed the picture so the pictures are going to stay the same for 2 episodes and then change because it's easier that way. And this one I like because it's the Tag Team Revolution and it's got like beer money on it, which I've hidden because we ain't got them. But there's some interesting tag teams on there, so And if you want to watch old school TNA, just go on the Global Wrestling Network. It is brilliant. I love it. I'm going to pump that to the moon and back. The Global Wrestling Network. Go and watch it. You can also watch Smash. There's quite a few independent companies joined it as well, which makes it better than the WWE Network. It's not just WWE. It's independent companies like Smash in Canada's on there. I don't know. There's Old School Wrestling on there as well. So go and give it a go. It's quite good. You get all the TNA old pay-per-views and stuff. And all the NWA era, and they did the NWA weekly pay-per-views. They get they're on there, and they're uploading them. I think they're uploading 2 every week, and then they're uploading Impacts from 2004, and then they're going to be doing all the Impacts all the way through the years. So basically, it is the WWE Network for TNA, and it's good, and it is pretty damn good. The only problem I have with it is it doesn't have a resume from where you last watched feature. That's the only fault I've got with it, and I've told them that, and they're going to try and implement one. But anyway, let's get back on with this instead of me plugging something. In a battle of had subpar wrestling, a little heat, Roderick Strong and Sterling James Kieran defeated Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton in 6-12, when Randy Orton was counted out after being attacked by Nigel McGuinness. Please be aware, I am not hyping it because I'm being paid by TNA. This is not the reason I'm doing this series. It's just I enjoy TNA. TNA was the company in 09 that got me into wrestling. Abyss versus someone in a Monsters Ball match, and that was me hooked. At 45D, Sterling James Kieran seemed off his game. Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton have 0 votes to count as partners. Now it's quality in the colour conjugate in the match boost. Orton 42, Lesnar 48, Sterling James Keenan 36, and Roderick Strong 44. Roderick Strong in Rumble, Sterling James Kieran Rumble and Performance. Good old D's too. Yep, so Nigel McGuinness, after doing his promo, just comes out and throws Randy Orton into the corner post. And we are going to be using, just picture that we are using 4-sided ring. It's a lot easier. So CM Punk did a masterful job of improvising with our interactions with the crowd, but I don't think Samoa Joe struggled then, obviously. No Surrender. Live around the world, and everybody will be watching the fall of America's Most Wanted. You two punks, nobody wants you as champions. They want the one and only CM Punk and Samoa Joe, the badasses. I am a submission specialist. Punk's the big moves, guys, and tonight, and together, we are winners. And No Surrender will be the night we rise and you fall. A 44D from the badasses there. A nice little promo. I don't do tag team promos very often. I normally just do tag team brawls and stuff because I'm not very good at doing tag team promos. But I thought it was good. But in a battle of decent wrestling but non-existent crowd heat, Nigel McGuinness defeated Sonny Siaki in 7:39 by pinfall with a governor's crumpet. A 50-60 minus. These two have great chemistry, which is good. Sonny Siaki 51, McGuinness 56. No work improvements, but some good stuff there. Like Joe Lawler and Mike Tenay, as always, have great chemistry calling matches together. Believe me, the show is going to get weirder. This is, mild tonight so far. In a battle of had decent wrestling but non-existent crowd heat, the badasses defeated the Spanish announce team in 807 when Samoa Joe defeated Julio Maximo by submission with a Dragon Sleeper. Julio Maximo and Josio Maximo showed excellent chemistry teaming together, and the Spanish announce team were on the original TNA pay-per-views. They used to do a lot of 6-man tag team matches with their cousin Amazing Red. CM Punk and Samoa Joe showed excellent chemistry teaming together. The announced quality lifted the match. Josio Maximo 46, Julio Maximo 52, Samoa Joe 60, CM Punk 58. Julio Maximo improving in performance. The Impact TNA Tag Team Championship Storylines Advanced segment and gained heat of 54. And then after the match, of course, the America's Most Wanted heard what badasses had to say. They run into the ring, beating the living crap out of them. 24E. Not as good as I thought it was, but these guys are not very popular. We've kind of got to go on TV. 59C. In a battle of had decent wrestling but non-existent heat, Fergal Devet, Christian Daniels and Brian Kendrick defeated Al Ligero, Matt Sydal and Shark Boy in 7:30 when Daniels defeated Matt Sydal by pinfall the last rites. Fergal Devet seemed off his game. The announced quality lifted the match. Brian Kendrick 59, Daniels 62, Fergal Devet 53, Shark Boy 53, Sydal 59, Al Ligero 46. No work improvements of 59C. And I think the Mason City Rink are getting a very good show tonight. And here we go. Paul Bearer helped the Undertaker, and Paul Bearer great chemistry. Okay, can we ignore the fact that Paul Bearer is there and Stephanie McMahon's there, because they're not, as you'll see in the promo. So, the Undertaker, you are mine, Triple H. Do you like my graveyard? You see, this gravestone is a stone of my dad. Triple H, you see, Paul has got your wife nice and safe in his Undertaker's shop. You are mine to play with. Good luck, Triple H, getting out. But somehow Triple H does break the ropes and he goes after the Undertaker and starts beating on him. He grabs a nearby shovel and smacks him around the head. He runs to the gates and leaves the graveyard. Undertaker gets up and he just looks around the graveyard and he goes, he has escaped. Be ready, my friends. She is ours. An 80B for the angle, brilliant. But what the hell? So they kidnapped Triple H by dragging him under the ring. They took him to a graveyard. He's escaped, but now they've got Thingy, and he's talking to invisible people. What is going on? I have no clue. Actually, I do. I've kind of got a plan for next week, which is going to be entertaining. In a Malvad subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Jimmy Jacobs, Delirious, and Amazing Red defeat Chris Hero, Excalibur, and Sanjay Dutt in 7:15 when Jimmy Jacobs defeats Sanjay Dutt by pinfall. I'm going to say this now. I'm doing TNA as TNA was done. It used to have a lot of six-man tag team action between the X Division guys during the time, so that's what I'm doing. Sanjay Dutt's getting better. His gimmick announced quality in the colour comp together match with boost. Red 54, Delirious 50, Jimmy Jacobs 38, Sanjay Dutt 47, Excalibur 42, Chris Hero 46, Jimmy Jacobs improving in Rumble. A 50D plus, not the best X Division match, but you know, they're young, they're still learning. Not many enhancements probably on this show, but they probably all happen on the live events. And above had fantastic eating, great wrestling. Dustin Rhodes and Kane defeated Paul White and Mick Foley in 8:15 when Kane defeated Mick Foley by pinfall the chokeslam. In terms of ring work, Mick Foley was head and shoulders above everyone else. Right, I'm going to explain this in a minute. Kane and Paul Bearer have pretty good chemistry. Joe Lawler Mike today have pretty good chemistry calling matches. Kane 73, Dustin 68, Mick Foley 82, Paul White 64. Mick Foley improved in technical. So these two never get in the ring together. Never. So if, for instance, if you know, Dustin was in, Paul White was in, if Kane was in, Mick Foley was in, they never kind of made contact, and it's just like the fans want them to ahead of their match, but they're not going. You know, it wasn't happening. Does that? Yeah, that makes sense. The Rock, which is more than what my tomorrow's episode made sense. You'll see how confusing I made yesterday's episode. This is mine and you ungrateful bitch, Chris Benoit. And no surrender, I'm going to kick your ass, and these fans should know and these fans who should not be allowed in the building will see you're not fit for a championship, Chris Benoit. You're nothing. You're a waste of space, a waste of roster space for someone who's better than you ungrateful pig. Okay, 76B minus. The Rock's losing his mind. Cool. You know, what's going on? He's calling Chris Benoit an ungrateful pig. Yeah, he's the one who's joined Triple H and joined the WWE Invaders, like leading into Bound for Glory, and he's calling him an ungrateful pig. In the battle, had great wrestling and good heat. Chris Benoit defeated Fit Finley in 7:31 by submission. Chris Benoit's getting by his gimmick. Fit Finley 52, Benoit 89. Benoit in performance, Finley in Rumble 71C plus. So Chris Benoit debuted a new spot that a new hope spot that got the crowd behind him. His psychologies will be helped by A being able to use this as a go-to spot in the future. Well done, Chris Benoit. And then our main event, because we're not using the Undertaker or Triple H in roster tonight, I think this show might be a bit flat, because they are two of our biggest stars. So that got 78B. What did the match get then? We didn't even get to see what The Rock versus Randy RVD got. Thank you, game. I hate it when it does that. Got 72B minus. The Rock defeated RVD to retain the TNA Championship. Got 73, which is good. But yeah, 72B minus. I'll give the show that. I think the best angle of the night is Where Was He? With The Undertaker and Triple H, which I think is the most entertaining storyline we've got going at the moment. And be ready for next week's TNA Impact, because it's just going to get worse. But I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night for Explosion. Then next week's TNA Impact, and go home Impact and Explosion as we head to No Surrender. Hey guys, so let's get this show underway, shall we? I am watching UWA Elite Homecoming Day 2. And I've only just started. I'm only 8 minutes in the match. I haven't even got underway yet. I know some people might not like UWA Elite, but as a wrestling fan, I am kind of watching any wrestling I can watch. Very sad about Lucha Forever, but hey, what can happen? We are in Austin, Texas tonight. Obviously the hometown of Steve Austin. This is Explosion. We are sold out in front of 2,000 people. And in our first pre-show match, in above had decent wrestling without much heat. The Hit Squad defeated the Hardy Boys in 11:29 when Monster Mac defeated Hardy by pinfall. In terms of ring work, Jeff Hardy was above head and shoulder, and that's a 58C minus. Jeff and Matt Hardy showed excellent chemistry together. Dan Maff seemed off his game. Hardy looked excellent out there. Matt Hardy 71, Jeff Hardy 88, Monster Mac 33, Dan Maff 38. No work improvements. Let's go on swiftly. The pre-show is quite lackluster, but hey ho. It means these guys get longer matches, which I like to do. In the pre-show, I've had subpar wrestling, a little heat. Abyss, Danny Havoc, Dean Thomas, and Vampiro defeated Tommy Dreamer, the Blue Meanie, Nick Mondo, and Too Tough Tony in 12:26 when Dean Thomas defeated Nick Mondo by a pinfall with a pile driver. 47D, of course, it's the hardcore division. So it was a hardcore match, quite literally. Oh god, I'm gonna have a look at that in a minute. Jeez, that's quite good. So it's pre-show. It was a 4v4 Falls Count Anywhere match. Too Tough Tony 25, Nick Mondo 36, Milou Meany 48, Tommy Dreamer 60, Vampiro 59, Dean Thomas 28, Danny Havoc 28, Abyss 49. I am going to start not putting these always in hardcore matches, but they are going to be a part of the hardcore division, so the rules will probably be, it won't be like it's a proper hardcore match booked every time, but it'll be like a, you know, the rules will be a bit, you know, relaxed with them. So, Blue Meanie, hello Blue Meanie, is improving in performance. Are you Nick Mondo? Yeah. Nick Mondo, Sick Nick Mondo, is improving in Rumble, Technical, and Performance. Dean Thomas is improving in Rumble and Performance. So, Nick Mondo, you are a star. A 47D for that match. I don't think the main event of the pre-show is going to get very good rating, to be honest, because there's 2 people in it. In a pre-show bout that had subpar wrestling but non-existent crowd heat, we really need to get these women over. Natty Nadine Hart, Mieda Toyota, and Angel Williams defeated Daphne, Mickey James, and ODB in 11:21 when Toyota defeated Mickey James by pinfall the Ocean Queen Bee Bomb. In terms of ring work, Toyota, as per usual, was head and shoulders above everyone else. So 44D. Natty Nadine Hart's getting better with gimmick. Angel Williams is getting better with gimmick. Mickey James seen off a game. ODB is getting better with gimmick. And then downstairs, Roddy Piper was pretty weak. The colour commentary together match of boost. Angel Williams 31. Toyota 58, Natty Nadine Hart 31, ODB 44, Mickey James 35, Daphne 36. No work improvements of 44D. And then in the pre-show bout, had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. John Cena defeated Bobby Roode in 14:47 by pinfall with a spin-out powerbomb of 43D. Bobby Roode 45, Cena 41. No work improvements. I'm not pushing Cena until I've got AJ to the main event. That is all I'm saying. An 83B plus to open up tonight. The downstairs for Kevin Kelly is pretty weak. The segment deserves better announcing. The segment deserves better colour commentary. Steve Austin looked excellent. The performance of Ring and Regal was good, which is good. So Steve comes down and he goes, I am home. Austin, Texas. Are you ready for a rattlesnake? It feels so good to be in my hometown tonight in front of this live crowd. You see, tonight is a night I'm going to make a promise. And no surrender, I'm going to win the TNA World Championship for everybody in Austin and my family. You see, when I did a very special meet and greet this morning in the bookshop, the fans who could not come to the show, I did not expect the turnout I got. It was a huge turnout. And then really moves like, just comes out and he goes, have you finished? You see, these stupid fans are here for me, not you. And of course, you know, if you're, you know the call. Boo! You suck. You see, Steve Austin, no one likes you in your hometown. Boo! You see, your family, look at them. They look as stupid as you. They must have your genes. You see, Austin, you should not make a promise you can't keep. You see, I was the first TNA World Champion. Oh, and I'll be the only World Champion. You see, the WWE can change their name and product, but they cannot compete with TNA because I am the champion and that makes this place roll. With this, just Steve Austin just throws a punch at Regal and then hits a stun on Regal. And the fans go, hey, woo! An 83B to open up. Austin. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate in the main event about the main event of the decision I made. In the battle, I had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Monty Brown had to defeat AJ Styles in 6:52 by pinfall to pounce. AJ Styles 60, Monty Brown 54. No work improvements. AJ Styles gets a very big promo later on tonight, by the way. Just saying. Hopefully you'll get to see... In above that decent wrestling, we don't have much heat. Gado and Jado defeated the APA. I don't even know what the APA ever stands for. In 6:41 when Gado defeated Ron Simmons by pinfall. In terms of ring work, John Bradshaw Ladeville, aka JBL, who is a bully according to some people. And everybody, it's John O'Clock. Yeah, I'm nicking that. I probably own him some lovely ducats now. I don't even know if we're allowed to say that because it's probably copyrighted by What Culture. Hey ho. Jado sustained a concussion. Great. Kevin Kelly, Don West, pretty good chemistry in calling matches. Ron Simmons 64. As long as he's better by next Sunday, I don't care. John Bradshaw Layfield 75. Jado 49. Gado 52. No work improvements 60C. Yes, thank you, Vince Russo. Piss off my screen. The only reason I signed you is because you're the only person I could find who was a decent road agent to work for the company. So then, James Mitchell comes out on the stage and he goes, Gado and Jado, the New Japan stars who wanted a break in the USA. Who these fans love. Why? You see, the UK are the UK Pitbulls. The most fierce tag team in TNA. You see, at No Surrender, you're going to get to feel the power of these two. You see, the new Church Rules Explosion, we have the Hardcore Championship and the Tag Team titles, so you better be concerned. See you soon. Then Flames just basically cover the entire stage and they vanish. Of course, they don't go through the curtain, but, you know, the Flames are covering that up. You can't see that. But, you know, it's a good angle for this show. In a bad terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Beth Phoenix and Katrina Walters defeated Get Mischief and Gail Kim in 7:07 when Beth Phoenix defeated Mischief by pinfall. The nice quality in the colour come together match of boost. Gail Kim 30, Mischief 37, Katrina Walters 25 and Beth Phoenix with a 25. Gail Kim improving in technical and performance of 31E+. Not a bad women's match. Of course, we got to build the women up. A 64C with Mauro in the back with Lita, and Lita goes, "Oh dear, Trish, you let your guard down, did you? Did you not even make? You did not even make it a month as champion, and you lost it. It shows that Trish is nothing but a loser and cannot fight or be a champion. See, in 2 weeks of No Surrender, I'm going to show you how you win and keep your championship. Trish, you ready? Are you ready?" You do realise that's Xavier Woods, guys. That's Xavier Woods tagging with Jay Lethal. I can't remember what they were called. I think it's called Constance and Creed or something. In a bad decent wrestling match, Devon Storm defeated Sandman in a 1v1 Falls Count Anywhere match in 6:45 by pinfall, following interference from the Monster Abyss. Okay, Devon Storm's got a bruised buttocks. He's bruised his bum, guys. Devon Storm 57, Sandman 47. Sandman improving in performance, but Devon Storm's got a nice bruised buttock. I don't think he's going to take time off that. So we go to the massive backstage brawl. We see Edge and Cage in the parking lot fighting. They're using weapons around the place and the cars. Cage gets thrown into a car door and gets speared through the door inside the car. He then crawls out, but he gets up and they keep fighting. We then see a ledge where they're standing, you know, like a delivery bay or something. And Edge just basically spears him off it and through like some, you know, like rigging or lighting fixtures, which sparks. And medics run over. We see them both get put into the back of an ambulance and leave the arena. Kevin Kelly at the announce desk goes, "Well done. They destroyed a car and some electric rigging outside. As you can see, some of the lights in the arena on our set have gone out." And the camera pans up and, you know, make it look more realistic. There is lights, not, you know, half of the stage set's gone out with lights. And then goes, "This feud is getting out of control and they're both being taken to hospital. Check out TNA.com for more information in the coming week. Now time for a women's match." So 67C+. They've both been sent to hospital because Edge speared them both through a flipping electrical rig which destroyed half of the stage. We've got no lights for the rest of the night now. In a decent match, Tori Wilson and Trish Stratus defeated Lita and Jacqueline Moore in 7:43 when Trish Stratus defeated Jacqueline Moore by pinfall, the Stratus faction. Tori Wilson was the weakness to keep Evans' performance, a 54C. Lita was really off the game. Trish Stratus 55, Tori Wilson 35, Jacqueline Moore 58, Lita 60. Trish Stratus improving in Rumble and performance, a 54C minus. Not a bad women's match, really. I don't know why I've got "Are You Ready" in my head at the moment. In above had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Too Cool defeated the UK Pitbulls in 8:09 when Big Dave was counted out fighting Jado at ringside. And during the match, we also had Gado running attack Bulk. Grandmaster Sexy 66, Scotty Too Hotty 56, Big Dave 37, Bulk 35. Grandmaster Sexy in Rumble and Scotty Too Hotty in performance. They didn't get a pinfall victory over him, so they don't get a title shot because, you know, Big Dave was in the ring. He was fighting Jado at ringside, and then, you know, Gado, you know, at the same time, Bulk was beating the living crap out of Gado, and Jado was beating up Big Dave. Kind of advancing the storyline ahead of this. By the way, at No Surrender, I will be making all of these matches that is booked, and I know that all of them are booked, and I'll make sure all of them are booked, around about 15 minutes. So I'll be concentrating on these before I do any extra matches. If it's 4-hour pay-per-view, but all these need to be 15 minutes. So these will be booked in, and then random matches will be booked in between. So Jeff's in the back and he's got Mountain around and he's doing a promo and gets 76B minus. He goes, "You're right, I am here for the money. You see, this company is the biggest and the best there is. You see, wrestling fans are stupid. They'll buy tickets if you got the names and the stars." And the fans go, "Boo! BJ James, you want to call me out on it? Hold on. Doing what? Vince is doing what Vince is doing? Why do you think he changed the name of WWE? The name and the way WWE is run? Because he wants to compete with us. We're the best of the best perform. And at No Surrender, I'll show you the best of the best. Me." So as you know, at No Surrender, Jeff Jarrett will be making his against BJ James. So yep. Because I want to concentrate on the storylines more than anything at the pay-per-views. You know, everyone's getting to wrestle on the TV show, so if they miss the pay-per-view, I don't see what the problem is. And also, it might give us some better ratings. In above ad, subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Kid Cash and Steve Corino defeat Kevin Steen and the debuting Drew Galloway in 7:33, and Kid Cash defeat Drew Galloway by pinfall the bankroll. Drew Galloway's the weak link, but that's 48D+. Drew Galloway debuted his old school heel gimmick. Scott showing very good. Kevin Steen and Drew Galloway showed excellent chemistry teaming together. The colour come together match of Boost. Steve Corino 56, Kid Cash 51, Drew Galloway 29, Steen 49. Drew Galloway improving in performance. Hello, my little babies. I have now got a major plan on my hand. All makes sense there. Big Dave Bulk and Abyss attack Sandman backstage, leaving him out. So the New Church attacking Sandman. So that advances 2 storylines. 29E. In an exceptional match, Eddie Guerrero and Jeff Jarrett defeat Kurt Angle. So Eddie Guerrero, Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle defeat Kurt Hennig, Booker T and BJ James in 7:07. Kurt Angle defeat Kurt Hennig by pinfall with an Angle slam with 65C. In terms of ring work, Kurt Angle's on shoulder with everyone else. And the match deserved better announcing. BJ James 64, Booker T 73, Kurt Hennig 81, Kurt Angle 97, Jeff Jarrett 80, and Eddie Guerrero 83. I don't know why he only got a 65C. Eddie Guerrero's in performance, BJ James in performance, Kurt Hennig in performance, and Booker T in flying. So some good improvements in that match. Maybe because it was only a 7-minute match. You only can get a B rating if you go over a certain amount, a full B rating if you only go over a certain amount of time. In a decent match, Ron Killings defeat Juice Thunder Liger in 7:42 by pinfall with the Truthful Consequences. Ron Killings 55, Liger 73. Juice and Liger is improving in performance, a 65C. And AJ Styles in the back, he gets a 40D-, but he's just doing a quick promo and he's going, "Sometimes you got to make goals for yourself. You see, when I started out, I made goals and completed them. So it's time for a new goal. That is, by Bound for Glory next year, I will be going in as or challenging for the TNA World Championship. Watch this space because AJ Styles is going to be a star." So AJ Styles is setting a goal there. He's going to be going in as challenger for the TNA World Championship by Bound for Glory. In an exceptional match, William Regal defeated Scott Hall in 8:25 by pinfall. The match they're better announcing: Scott Hall 87, William Regal 92. No work appearance. The more announcing he does, the better he gets. So I'm going to ignore that and let him improve over time. The video plays hyping up tonight's main event, which is Steve Austin versus Raven. A 74B- in an exceptional match, Raven defeats Steve Austin in 15:07 by pinfall the file driver following interference from William Regal. Raven 89, Steve Austin 99. No work improvements, but the Explosion TNA World Heavyweight Storyline advanced segment and lost heat. And that's where we end the show, probably with quite a bad rating, I think, this week. There is going to be changes to the shows next week, a 71C+. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you again next week live on television. It will be TNA Impact, the Go Home edition, and also all the shows are going to be 2 hours and 30 minutes, so I can do longer main events. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. We'll see you again live next week. Thank you for watching. Hello, people. Welcome back. TNA Wrestling, TNA Impact. 2,364 people at the Burr Gymnasium in Washington, D.C. tonight. We are not sold out, but I will be glad to say this, we are in debt. That's 2 companies now, as you'll see when you get to see the new series that I've put into debt because of my signings. But I need a couple more faces, so I'm giving Johnny Storm and Danny Collins, 2 British guys, a quick run of the mill. I think I need to stop giving the British guys a run, but But tonight in a feature about the non-existent crowd heat, Kenny Omega and Fit Finlay defeated Johnny Storm and Danny Collins in 8:19 when Omega defeated Danny Collins by pinfall. Fit Finlay carried the match in terms of ring performance. Fit Finlay's getting better as game. Now it's quality in the colour commentary gave the match a boost. Danny Collins 33, Johnny Storm 40. Johnny Storm's definitely coming up to be a babyface. He's being recalled now with that performance. Fit Finlay 58 and Kenny Omega 30. Omega in performance. I need two faces for some reason. So Johnny Storm is definitely someone who's going to be coming up, but I will be bringing up a non-British wrestler from Ring of Fire because most of them are British, non-British. But in our final pre-show bout, because all the shows are now 2 hours and 30 minutes. In a pre-show bout, we had decent wrestling but non-existent crowd heat. Shark Boy and defeated Sanjay Dutt in 8:15 by pinfall with the deep sea drop at 51D+. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry calling matches, and that's quality and the colour content the match a boost. Shark Boy 50, Dutt 46. Sanjay Dutt in performance, Shark Boy in technical and performance. Not a bad shout for these two. I've just seen Devon in the corner of my eye. Can I just do this, please? Thank you. Yeah. Nope, I still ain't got rid of Devon. Okay, let's just put it back. It's just Devon. It looks like he's about to kiss you or something. But this gets an 85p plus. And Triple H and The Undertaker are in action tonight. Just saying. We see a coffin in the ring with Stephanie inside it. With Stephanie inside. The Undertaker and Paul are standing next to it in the ring. You think you could have found her, Triple H? You see, you left the graveyard and now she's in danger. If you don't beat me this Sunday, I'll bury Stephanie alive in the ground. You see, the shovel you hit me with is what I was using to dig her grave. It's that time of year I need a sacrifice to the devil, and Stephanie will be it if you don't win. Triple H's music hits, but from under the ring and stage and ramp come 50 or so zombie-like people. Now I'm writing this out while I'm on bloody drugs. I'm not, but you know, it seems like 50 zombies turn up. It gets weirder, believe you me. You thought it was going to be easy. Don't worry, they're under my control. You're a freak. How could you do this? You think all this voodoo and supernatural crap scares me? Sure as hell it don't. You see, these people in Washington are as bad as you, Taker. They're cheering this barbaric practice, so you put her to sleep with some voodoo, have you? You freak. So she can't escape. Well, at no surrender, I'm gonna win. I looked into it, but this is kidnap and false imprisonment, so I brought some friends. It gets better. This ain't got an 85B. The Now's quality lifted the match. The colour commentary gave the segment a boost. Just remember, there's 50 zombies, and now we're gonna have cops turn up. By the side, you know, it's gonna be interesting. So the police come out on the stage and start fighting with the zombies, but the Undertaker wave his hands, and the police and zombies freeze. Undertaker, you see, Triple H, I have the power to freeze time, and I have the power to make things vanish too. We see the lights go out. We see the lights go dark, and then on again, and they're gone. The zombies too. The police look confused, and Triple H is pissed off as he leaves the stage. He's like, what the fuck, I ain't got Stephanie back. So yeah, not only can the Undertaker make zombies appear from under the stage and the ring and everywhere else, and now 50 zombies turn up, he can also stop the zombies and the police fighting and freeze time. This Undertaker is the weirdest version of the Undertaker I think I've ever made. I think the Undertaker in AAW is not as freaky as this guy. But in about that terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Cole Carmen defeated Nigel Guinness in 6:29 by pinfall. The top rope splash following interference from Randy Orton. Cole Carmen debuted his Monster Game Squad trainer very good. These two don't click. Nice quality in the colour content to match a boost. McGuinness 48. Oh, Cole Carmen 19. No working for it. It's a 44D. Yeah, I know he's going to be bad in the ring, but I like Kyle Karma, another British guy. But a 44D plus for opening match tonight. Not bad at all. I'm quite proud of that, to be honest. I'm still trying to get the thing I'm giggling at is the fact I've made 50 zombies turn up, and now I've got Brother Devon going ooh at me. And I've got this next episode as well, because I'm going to use pictures twice in the episode. In about that decent wrestling little heat, Chris Daniels and Austin Aries defeated Jimmy Jacobs and Brian Danielson in 7:50, and Austin Aries defeated Jimmy Jacobs by pinfall the Brainbuster. Now it's quality lifted match. Danielson 61, Jimmy Jacobs 37, Austin Aries 43, Chris Daniels 65, a 57C minus. Daniels in performance and Austin Aries in performance, a 57C minus. Not a bad match. We see Randy Orton in the back, because of course Randy Orton helped you know, Nigel beginning to lose the match. He goes, "You see, Nigel, you can't hide forever. You see, I am a viper, and I strike at the best moment. Tonight, you got fooled by me. You see, everyone will know the name Carl Karma as the man who beat the #1 contender because of Randy Orton. And this Sunday night, let it be known, this is coming home with me." And he points at his title. A 44D from Randy. Better than I thought he would get for a promo, because he's still, you know, learning. He's still a learner. He's not up there as modern day Randy Orton. In above our decent wrestling non-existent crowd heat, the Briscoe brothers defeated Badass when Jay Briscoe defeats Smojo by pinfall with a Briscoe bottom following interference from Chris Haas. James Storm also attacked Punk at the same time. CM Punk and Smojo showed us chemistry team together. A 50-60 minus, not bad. Now it's quality lifted the match. Mark Briscoe 53, Jay Briscoe 45, Samoa Joe 59, CM Punk 56. Samoa Joe is improving and flying. Ooh. And then Daniels in the back, you go, "You see, even tonight your tag team losed. You see, Brian, no surrender, you'll lose again. You see, AJ Styles is the first to fall to my power, and you'll be next. You see, the Lord God gives me the power to fight, and my flock will follow. The fallen angel to take you down." I just thought I'd use the fallen angel gimmick, because that's what he was doing at this time. And I've just used him as a generic character. I haven't given him a character at all, so... He's now going to have a flock a bit like Raven, but he's going to be like the Preacher, and he's going to be all about God and stuff. You see that? That's why we are the tag team champions. You see CM Punk and Samoa Joe, you'll never get them if you're not one step ahead. You see, we started America's Most Wanted because we wanted gold. What Storm is trying to say is we were put together by management, and now we're on a non-stop course. This Sunday we walk out with these belts, and you guys go home on stretchers. Sorry about your damn luck. A 30-60 minus. Just a little way to hype up the backstage interview for these. Jerry Borash is going to get in the way of something later on tonight, so, you know. Have I broke the game again? Yep, the game's broke. Is this the big one? Ah, the 5-man X Division match. In about that decent match, non-existent crowd heat, Brian Kendrick, Chris Hero, Excalibur, Fergal DeVette, and Paul London defeated PJ Black, Matt Sydal, Al Ligero, Delirious, and amazing rating 822 when Fergal DeVette defeated PJ Black by pinfall the diving foot stomp. A 53 C minus. Delirious is getting better at his gimmick. Excalibur is getting better at his gimmick. Now's quality and the colour commentary going to match a boost. Amazing Red 49, Delirious 48, Al Ligero 42, Matt Sydal 55, PJ Black 37, Paul London 51, Fergal DeVette 52, Excalibur 38, Chris Hero 43, Brian Kendrick 56. Delirious in performance, Fergal DeVette in performance, and PJ Black in technical. So 53 C minus from the X Division, but I bet that was I think that would be quite a good flippy floppy match from certain guys. Flippy floppy shit. In above our terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Sonny Siaki defeated Adam Windsor in 7:47 by pinfall. Of course, Adam Windsor, another guy debuting in the Action Division. Adam Windsor debuted as old school face against Scottish Strength of Average, and that's quality in the core commentary the match a boost. He got a 29, whereas Sonny Siaki got a 46. No work appearance, a 41D. Sonny Siaki. There's a few debuts on this show, because I did say I'm bringing in 4 people. In above our good wrestling and decent match crowd, Sean Waltman defeated Jerry Lynn in 8:07 by pinfall the Tombstone of 65C. Jerry Lawler, and that's where the problem lies. Okay, I put 2 faces against each other. Jerry Lynn 66, Sean Waltman 70. No work improvements, so I don't need 2 faces. I just need to not put face versus face. But 65C from those 2, not too bad. Kane and Paul White are in the back, and there's a massive brawl between them. They're fighting all over the place. And he has 78B, and security have to kind of pull him apart and go, "Wait, get out of the way. Stop fighting." We moving on? Awesome. In a superb match, Triple H and Rhino defeated Rob Van Dam and Kane in 8:11 when Rhino defeated Kane by pinfall the pile driver. Triple H carried the match in terms of ring performance. Paul Bearer did good work at ringside. Kane and Paul Bearer have great chemistry. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon have great chemistry, but Stephanie McMahon is not there. Kane 72, Rob Van Dam 67, Rhino 66, Triple H 94. Kane is improving in technical. I forgot to set her as not the manager at the moment until after Sunday night's show, or is she going to be sacrificed to the devil? So Chris is here. This is where, Jeremy Borash is going to get in the middle of some fun here. That's why I've put him in the middle, because it looks good. Chris, I ain't got a lot to say, but what are my thoughts on my match? My thoughts are this: Rock will not be champion after this Sunday. Really? Let's change things up a bit. I'm invading the interview. It was getting boring. You see, this Sunday, The Rock is walking out with his title. You see who looks at you and thinks the face of TNA Impact. You don't even look like a wrestler, for Christ's sakes. With this, Chris floors the Rock, is meant to be, with the mic. He picks him up and throws him through the thin curtain into the brick wall, what's behind the set, and he goes, "That's why, Rock." It's 77B, increases the storyline advances segment of 77B from these two, and he's just like, "Yeah, I'm just going to throw you into a brick wall and go, that's why, Rock." And you see, when he says that, the Rock's just rolling around in pain. And above had superb wrestling and great heat. Mick Foley defeated Dustin Rhodes in 8:13 by pinfall with a double arm DDT. Mick Foley 84, Dustin 69. No work improvements, a 71C plus. A nice little match. I'm enjoying this. I really am enjoying the show. Oh yeah, and also WWE tried to get their act over a Japanese company and failed miserably with their announcers on heat. It was hilarious. Just give me a second, guys. Sorry about that. I'm just sorting out my earplug in my left ear. My left ear's let me hear what you guys can hear. You see. In the above had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Doug Williams, Roderick Strong, Sterling James Keenan, and the Zebra Kid defeated Brock Lesnar, Drago, Randy Orton, and Travis Tomka. And 7:37, Roderick Strong defeated Randy Orton by pinfall with a CX02. Travis Tonka's the weak link, trying to keep up his performance. Well, he is his first night and he is only just started out. 47D. Doug Williams debuted his machine gimmicks, got a trainer great. Roddy Strong is getting better his gimmicks. Sterling James Durden's off his game. Travis Tonka in false gimmicks, got a trainer above average. The announced quality in the colour commentary match of boost. Zebra Kid 33. Sterling James Curlin 33. Roddy Strong 44. Doug Williams 29. Travis Tonka 18. Randy Orton 49. Drago 52 and Brock Lesnar 57. Brock Lesnar improving in Rumble. All I'm going to say is these wrestlers were not very good. They've still got a few years in them, so they'll hopefully start improving a bit more on the house shows. And I know that it's going to get a bad rating, but we're going to learn a bit more about the new monster on the scene, Carl. I've been in this business for years, and these stupid fans chant, "Who am I?" I am the man who's going to make an impact in the action division. I am the man who's going to be a force to reckon with. Mark my words. And he just pushes past Jeremy Borash as he walks off. I have actually met Carl Karma in North Walsham when he was working with WAW. And the match he had that night broke down and was a fight in the crowd and they got double counted out. And all the fans were doing, including me, was trying to let them fight. America's Most Wanted and the Badasses in the backstage, and then Bargain breaks out and all four of them start brawling and host, the 3 road agents and the 4 referees we have had to split them up. I think we have more than that referees, but we only have 2 on each show. I think we have 4 referees and there's 2 on each show, so be 6 people trying to split some Mojo, see if Punk can hook that up. But we'll probably have security. But yeah, they're just brawling, advancing their storyline. I do like how cocky Doug Williams looks. Nicole, that's the British invasion, if you didn't know, guys, which is something I might do later on down the line. Not at the moment, but we might have a British invasion. I think we've got quite enough British guys to do so. And above had decent wrestling but little heat. The SATs and America's Most Wanted to defeat the Dudley Boys and the Modern Dragons in 6:57 when Josio Maximo defeated Juicy Tajiri by pinfall. 56-C- announced quality lift of the match. Chris Harris 41, James Storm 40, Josio Maximo 38, Julio Maximo 49, Tajiri 52, Super Crazy 61, Brother Ray 65, Devon 67. Tajiri improving in performance, but nothing really much else. A 56C-, not bad at all. Oh, what we got here? Brother Ray debuted a new power spot of showcase his strength and his psychology will be helped to use it as a go-to spot in the future. Well done, Brother Ray. I'm really proud of you for that. Ray. In above had fantastic and great wrestling. Chris Benoit defeated Paul White in 7:54 by pinfall, legally using the rest of the match. No, Paul White was meant to win because The Rock runs in the ring and beats him up. Paul White was getting better his gimmick and the announced Kane was pretty weak. Paul White 60, Chris Benoit 90. The Impact TNA Channel Storylines Advanced segment, but the Big Monster Storylines Advanced segment lost heat. Benoit improving in performance. I'm sorry, but that match has gone totally wrong. And then into our main event, The Undertaker versus The Rock. It gets an 80B hype. Let's hope the match does well. An 82B, there we go. In an unbelievable match, The Rock defeated The Undertaker in 24:51 by pinfall following interference from Triple H. The Rock makes defense number 5 of his TNA Championship. The Undertaker and Paul Bearer have great chemistry. The match served better, announcing Undertaker 92, Rock 98, no work improvements. The Impact You Can't Kill the Dead Man storyline advances segment. And all I'm going to say about that is we needed to go longer. The Rock is celebrating his victory in the ring, and Chris Benoit runs in attack and attacks, beating The Rock down to the mat. No work improvements, but we're going to end the show with a 76B minus angle and a main event like no other. All main events are going to be 25 minutes from now on. A 78B, that is a better rating than what we were getting last week. It's a B rated, increased our popularity in 45 regions because we're now on, we're on the show all around the world. I want to thank you guys for watching. We'll see you at Explosion. And then we got No Surrender. Oh boy, are you ready? Hey guys, welcome back. TNA Explosion. In a pre-show I've had decent match with much heat. The Hardy Boys defeated the Hit Squad in 14:41, when Matt Hardy defeated Dan Maff by pin for the Omega Effect. Jeff Hardy's head and shoulders be above everyone else, but Monster Matt was the weak link. 66C+. The great performance of Jeff Hardy stood out. Monster Mac 30, Dan Maff 40, Matt Hardy 70, Jeff Hardy 88, Dan Maff improving technical. It's 66C+. There's only 2 pre-show matches tonight because there's quite a lot of tag and multi-man matches on Explosion this week. We've sold out tonight at the Afuku Shen Auditorium in Hawaii. I'm trying to talk. In the future, I've had subpar wrestling and little heat. Steve Corino, Kid Cash, and John Cena defeated Bobby Roode, Drew Galloway, and Monty Brown in 4:14 when John Cena defeated Drew Galloway by pinfall to spin out powerbomb. Drew Galloway's the weak link. John Cena's getting voted as Cena 41, Cash 56, Steve Corino 55, Monty Brown 51, Galloway 29, and Bobby Roode 42. So Steve Corino performance, Kid Cash performance, Monty Brown technical and performance, and Bobby Roode performance. So nothing for Drew and nothing for John, but everyone else, well done. A 49D+. 75B, we just opened up with Kevin Kelly, a 75B minus. Here we are live tonight with Explosion. I can promise we've not got a load of zombies under the ring. We do have a rattlesnake and his partner BJ James take on Jeff Jarrett and the champion William Regal. And then goes tonight is 2 hours and 30 minutes featuring so much action. Live. Hawaii is live in Hawaii. So not much angles, but loads of wrestling. There is a few angles, but there's not as much. Don West is like, yeah, we've got loads of wrestling tonight. We've got 1,000 people watching live. In above that's good wrestling and decent national crowd. Too Cool defeated the APA in 6:41 when Scotty Too Hotty defeated Ron Simmons by pinfall. The A did set out Bomber 62C. Scotty Too Hotty was the weak link. Kevin Kelly and Don West have pretty good chemistry, which is what I need. Match served better announcing. Kevin Kelly's shit. Ron Simmons 68, John Bradshaw Layfield 72, Scotty Too Hotty 58, Grandmaster Sexy 67. No work in prison. Nice tag match to open up the night. In a terrible match, the Blue Meanie defeated Dean Thomas in 7:30 by pinfall with the Mini Salt. The colour Dean Thomas 26, Blue Meanie 48. The Blue Meanie improving performance. Knew that match would be crap. That's why it's on early on. Why ain't Daphne on screen? 38D minus. This is the new church and people are not happy with us. And man, Sandman, you're not getting the belt from the monster. The same goes for you two punks, Jado and Gado. Tonight we are live in Hawaii. And let's get the party started. Let's get this getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. Please load. I should check if there's an update. I haven't done that for a while. Better check. In above had Subpar Wrestling, a little heat. Sandman, Natalie Dean Hart, and Gado and Jado defeated the New Church, Daphne, Bulk, Big Dave, and Abyss. And 703 and Sandman defeated Abyss by pinfall with a flying leg drop of 43D. James Mitchell did good work at ringside. Sandman was off his game. Colour commentary together match of boost. Abyss 45, Big Dave 34, Bulk 36. Daphne 37, Natalie Dean Hart 30, Jado 47, Gado 48, Sandman 41, Natalie Dean Hart improving in performance. But it's the first time we've had the 4 members of the New Church work together. And Devon's just still making me giggle in my head. Edge and Christian are backstage. They've obviously been cleared to wrestle, which they were. They weren't seriously injured. Lucky enough, It's just they caught some wires and knocked him out and they sparked. But they have a massive backstage brawl and staff have to pull them apart at 71C+. And then we see Trish with a 64C and she goes, I've had it with Lita. You win some, you lose some. And this Sunday at No Surrender, I'm going to bring some satisfaction. You see, to show and prove I'm the one, if not the best woman in this damn company. Yes, we are bringing the satisfaction for Trish Stratus back. Just because it makes sense and it sounds awesome. Next. In above that decent wrestling match, AJ Styles defeated Ron Killings at 7:44 by pinfall. The Stars clash. Ron Killings 61, AJ 60, no worker improvements at 60C. The quest of getting AJ over is continuing. In above that Turbo Wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Gail Kim defeated Beth Phoenix at 7:06 by pinfall. A 33 plus, Beth Phoenix 29, Gail Kim 34, but now and the colour come together match a boost. Beth Phoenix, Rumble and Technical. No improvements for Gail Kim, but a nice match for both girls. And then we see Edge and Christian with security in between them in Roddy Piper's office. And he goes, last week you killed my set and nearly killed each other. Now you're back at it again. You two in a match tonight, but you two hit each other before or after the match. You're both fired and you go back to Vince the idiot. So he's standing there in the match, but if they lay hands on each other before or after that match, that's it. They're fired. They're going back to Vince the idiot. He'll probably make them a tag team again, and God help us. In a decent match, Booker T defeated Kevin Steen in 6:45 by pinfall with a muscle drop kick. Steen 43, Booker T 76, T improving and flying in 65C. Just wanted to give Booker T a quick match. Ron Killings down, AJ Styles up. Wherever go, they chant my name. I've been the growing name. TNA is the place to be if you're an up-and-comer. They're making stars out of the nobodies. My road to Bound for Glory continues on Sunday. And AJ Styles will be in action on Sunday night. As promised, AJ Styles' road to glory does continue Sunday. And I will need to do some filtering, so please give me a second when it loads. Filter. Thank you. Explosion. Known division. Thank you. Right, we can then close that off. So we got all this. We go to heels. Click that so we get all the. And I need someone else that took on in the main event. So AJ Styles' biggest test yet this coming Sunday night when he takes on Eddie Guerrero. Yes, I'm doing Eddie Guerrero versus AJ Styles. AJ Styles' biggest test yet as he takes on Eddie Guerrero, and it is on the post. Eddie Guerrero and AJ was on the poster for No Surrender, so we had to do it, even though there isn't a poster because I'm not that clever. In the battle, I've had Subpar Wrestling, a little heat. Tommy Dreamer, Sick Nick Mondo, and Too Tough Tony defeat Danny Havoc, Vampiro, and Devon Storm in 7:58 when Tommy Dreamer defeated Devon Storm by pinfall the pile driver. A 51D plus. Too Tough Tony 27, Nick Mondo 41. Not bad from Nick Mondo actually. Tommy Dreamer 58, Devon Storm 56, Vampiro 63, and Danny Havoc 30. Tommy Dreamer in performance and Devon in Rumble. Nick Mondo seems to be better in these sort of matches. But he is a hardcore wrestler, so, you know, we'll just pretend it's a hardcore match when it isn't. In about Superb Wrestling, good heat, Juice and Liger defeated Raven by pinfall with a Liger bomb. The match deserved better announcing. Juice and Liger 74, Raven 89, a 64C. And Liger improving in performance. The Japanese star. And we see BJ James is with Mount Arrow 71C+. So he wants to openly saying he's in this for the money. That sick bastard. I don't care no more. This Sunday, it won't be clean. It will be a mess. It's time. It's time for people. People supported the wrestlers in this company. You see people like AJ, the X Division, the Hardcore Division are so much poor, but their body's on the line, and he don't care. If they bring him money tonight, if they bring him the money. Tonight, we show him in our tag match, and then again on Sunday Night Live. This is war. BJ James declaring war on the owner, Jeff Jarrett. I know he said Jimmy Star then. Wrong company, Josh. That's Falling Star. Get it right. I could have said Gator and then I would have really flipped up. Because I nearly did. Hint, hint. In the battle, had subpar wrestling, a little heat. Trish Stratus, Tori Wilson, Mischief, Mia Toyota, and AJ Williams defeated Katrina Waters, Lita, Mickey James, ODB, and Jacqueline Moore in 7:55, where Mia Toyota defeated ODB by pinfall with an Ocean Queen Bee bomb, a 48D plus. Mickey James getting better at gimmicks, so is ODB. The colour commentary got a match a boost. Angel Williams 29, Mia Toyota 58, Mischief 37, Tori Wilson 30, Trish Stratus 52, Jacqueline Moore 52, ODB 40, Mickey James 35, Lita 61, and Katrina Waters 28. Mischief in performance and ODB in technical. Has anyone got a bingo on that one? That's what I feel like saying. 60C4C from the Hardy Boys. People think because we kept getting beaten by the UK Pitbulls we can't keep going. Okay, that was a bit of a rhyme. Have you seen those guys? They're huge. We've beaten them once or twice, but we're not going. But are we going to stop? No. If you think we're losing now, we've been running at every live event. We're setting a goal. We'll have those belts back by March next year, or we're not the Hardys. Interesting. Hint, hint. They are going to be moving. Hint, hint. How they're going to get belts back. They haven't said. They just said they're going to get in some belts. Otherwise, they're not Hardys. In an exceptional match, Scott Hall defeated Eddie Guerrero in 7:50 by pinfall to Razor's Edge. The match deserved better announcing. Eddie Guerrero 82, Scott Hall 89, a 64C. Not a bad match from those guys. Let's move on. Thank you. 76B minus in an exceptional match. Edge and Kurt Angle defeated Kurt Hennig and Christian Cage in 15:28 when Kurt Angle defeated Cage by a pin for an angle slam. Cage carried the match, but Kurt Angle carried the match, but Christian Cage was the weak link. Kurt Angle seemed off his game. The match was just blah blah. Christian Cage 68, Kurt Hennig 81, Kurt Angle 97, and Edge 82. Kurt Angle is improving and flying. A video plays hyping up tonight's main event, which is a 25-minute extravaganza, because all my main events are now, because it makes sense. Because we get better. Only a 73B minus, but that's probably because BJ James only got a 58. In an exceptional match, William Regal and Jeff Jarrett defeated Steve Austin and BJ James in 24 minutes 55, and William Regal defeated BJ James by pinfall. BJ James the weakling stood on his performance. Steve Austin and BJ, that's probably why it got a bad rating. BJ James 58, Steve Austin 87, Jeff Jarrett 80, William Regal 92. William Regal is improving in Rumble, and we end tonight's show, my friends. Is it going to end? With a 72B minus, increased our popularity in 45 regions. I know it wasn't as good as last night's show, but a 72B minus is a good show for us. I think the main event, because of BD James, did fail a bit. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you again on Sunday night for No Surrender. Thank you guys. We'll see you Sunday. No Surrender's going to go live. Hello everybody. Welcome back. It's No Surrender. We've finally got there. Because of how I'm booking the pay-per-views now, there's a lot of people who weren't going to be on the card. And I mean a lot. So I'm going to be congratulating you, and I'm going to thank you all for joining me for this. This is going to be a big show, No Surrender. I hope that you guys enjoy this video and this, enjoyed this. Hopefully you're enjoying the new setup of having videos each day. After this, I've got to record AAW tomorrow for next Thursday, and Friday I can either record a bit or relax. Whatever suits me. But in a pre-show bout, I had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Mick Foley won a Battle Royal in 24 minutes 35. There was 30 people in this Battle Royal. It featured Too Tough Tony, Adam Windsor, Booker T, Brian Kendrick, Brock Lesnar, Brother Devon, Brother Ray, Kurt Hennig, Dan Maff, Danny Havoc, Dean Thomas, Devon Storm, Drago, Drew Galloway, Alligator, Excalibur, Fit Finley, Grandmaster Sexy, Jay Briscoe, Julia Maximo, John Cena, Josie Maximo, Juicing Liger, Carl Karma, Kenny Omega, Kevin Steen, Kid Cash, Mark Briscoe, Mick Foley, and Monster Mac. The final four were Booker T, Kurt Hennig, and Brother Devon, with Booker T being the final elimination. Brother Devon got the most elimination scores in the match at 70C+. Drago is better at his gimmick. Drago sustained fractures ribs. Julio Maximo is getting better at his gimmick. Juicing Liger seen off his game. Carl Karma is getting seen off his game. Kenny Kim is getting better at his gimmick. Mick Foley improving in technical, Kurt Hennig in performance, Booker T in flying, Grandmaster Sexy in performance, Juice and Liger in flying, Juice and Liger in performance, Brock Lesnar in technical and performance, Juicio and Maximo in performance, Monster Mac in rumble, Danny Havoc in performance, and Al Ligero in performance. This won't be happening every month. I'm just making sure. I just thought I'd throw it together to be a bit of fun. But it took a while to load. But next month, it'll be the main card. You'll see how the main card is done. And there'll probably be just a few main eventers on the pre-show. Yes, we know Drago sustained fractured ribs and probably be out for a month or so. And I'll have to get somebody in from the show. In a pre-show, Bav had superb wrestling and great heat. Scott Hall defeated Rhino in 8:04 by pinfall the Razor's Edge. Rhino had a room for 70, Scott Hall 83. My mouse just is playing up. A 70C, 71C plus. A 77B for the opening angle. I'm going to do the voice. I always do the voice. I've got to do the voice. Tonight, there is no surrender in the men and women who will fight here. Tonight, 2 brands, 1 big show. The Undertaker, the man who's got Stephanie under his control after dragging Triple H under the ring and to his graveyard. Can Triple H win and save Stephanie from being sacrificed? Jeff Jarrett openly admits he's the only putting the shows on for the money. BJ James is pissed. This war is going to go to another level tonight. Regal, the first champion in TNA's short history, the most hated man in TNA, takes on one of the most loved, Steve Austin. Can Steve leave here tonight with his first TNA title? And the main event, The Rock says he don't look like a champion, but tonight he will get a shot at The Rock, the TNA championship. But can Chris beat the man who some fans cheer and others boo? And now TNA Impact and Explosion presents No Surrender 2001 live from a sold-out UFC arena in Orlando, Florida, baby. Boo, boo, boo. So 9,993 people are live here tonight, ready for the show, and 77B for the open angle. It's got a 75B minus. Welcome. The past 4 weeks have been on fire tonight. It continues at No Surrender. William Regal takes on Steve Austin, and The Rock versus Chris Benoit. 2 major matches. You look tonight. The brand, and the whole rosters are together the first time since Bound for Glory. But we got so many big time matches. And Don goes, you two might know the Impact guys. I'm here to help you guys with the explosion. But I'll tell you something. I think we're going to need an ambulance after tonight's matches. Let's get started with the hardcore title. So that was for the, they were talking about that. So that's the opening done. I ain't got any more reading to do for quite a while. Hooray! In a decent match, Abyss defeated Sandman in 15-16 when Sandman was busted over after being distracted by James Mitchell. Abyss makes no defense number 8 of his TNA Hardcore Championship, a 50D plus. Sandman seemed off his game. James Mitchell did some good work at ringside, and that's quality lifted the match. The colour commentary on the match of boost. Sandman 50, Abyss 57, a 50D plus. That's why I opened up the night. I'm even going to say this: the Explosion Tag Team title match, because Jado and Gado and the Balkan that have had so many matches recently. I've added 2 teams to that match for the reason that they've had so many rivalries. People. It would have been like the 4th time it's been held recently, and it would have got negative points. And I don't want negative points. I want the best rating possible. Hence why the matches are going longer. In above, I had great wrestling and decent match of the crowd. Eddie Guerrero defeated AJ Styles in 15-24 by pinfall the Frog Splash of 77B. AJ Styles getting better his gimmick. Eddie Guerrero 83, AJ Styles 70. Eddie Guerrero in performance. I'm sorry to put AJ Styles in this match and have a loss, but he's pushing himself to the main event. He's pissing off people. And tonight he just didn't get there with Eddie Guerrero. In above, I had decent wrestling, but little heat. Randy Orton defeated Nigel McGuinness in 14-33 by pinfall with the Ozone. Randy Orton makes defense number 2 of his TNA Action Championship. The announced quality in the colour commentary together match of boost. Nigel McGuinness 58, Randy Orton 53. No work improved, but the storyline has advanced and gained heat. Another great match here tonight at the UFC Arena in Orlando, Florida. In above, I had good heat and decent wrestling. Lita defeated Trish Stratus in 16 minutes 19 by pinfall. Lita makes defense number 1 of her TNA Women's Championship title. Lita was really off her game. The announced quality and the colour commentary together match a boost. Trish Stratus 55, Lita 56. No work improvements. The reason I'm wanting to do longer matches, if you spent, you know, the last 4 weeks building up the storyline matches and you don't give them enough time, what's the point? And that's my theory, and I think we're going to start doing that in all of my series, is the storyline matches are going to get at least 15 minutes. Here's a match that was thrown in tonight, a 60C, and above had decent wrestling but little heat. Matt Seidel, Jimmy Jacobs, Delirious, and Amazing Red defeated Austin Aries, Chris Hero, Fergal Devet, and Paul London in 11:23. When Amazing Red defeated Fergal Devet by pinfall and missile dropkick. Amazing Red is getting better his gimmick. Jerry Lawler might sound pretty good chemistry calling matches together. Amazing Red 62, Delirious 55, Jimmy Jacobs 47, Seidel 65, Paul London 65, Fergal Devet 63, Chris Hero 52, and Austin Aries 48. Fergal Devet improving in performance. A nice little X Division match there. As being the X Division's the hottest thing in the world. A 67C plus in above had fantastic heat and good wrestling. Kane defeated Paul White in 14:52 by pinfall with a chokeslam after Paul Bearer interfered. Paul Bearer did good work at ringside. Kane and Paul Bearer had pretty good chemistry. Paul White's getting better his gimmick. Kane 69, Paul White 62. No work in progress, but the Impact Big Monster storyline is a fantasy segment, which is good. A 67C plus. I thought they'd do better, but they're not very good in the ring, so I'll let them guys off. But a 67C plus, a pretty good match from those guys. And if you notice something about this match, Doug Williams, Sean Waltman, Rob Van Dam, Jay Lynn and Dustin Rhodes are the faces from Impact. These are the heels from Explosion. So it's Explosion versus Impact, but it's heel versus face still. In above had good wrestling and detail for the crowd. Kurt Angle, Raven, Monty Brown, Ron Killings and Bobby Roode defeated Doug Williams, Sean Waltman, Rob Van Dam, Jay Lynn and Dustin Rhodes in 9:42 when Raven defeated Doug Williams by pinfall the DDT. Doug Williams was a weakness, trying to keep everyone else's performance at 76. Rob Van Dam's getting better at his gimmick. Raven's getting better at his gimmick. Kurt Angle looked excellent out there. Dustin 67, Jerry Lynn 72, Rob Van Dam 68, Sean Waltman 72, Doug Williams 30, Bobby Roode 53, Ron Killings 59, Monty Brown 52, Raven 90, and Kurt Angle 97. Sean Waltman improving in performance and Bobby Roode in Rumble. Not a bad match. I'm really outstanded by Raven and Kurt Angle in that match. You know, showing out, you know, dissing out the pack. Explosion seemed to have some good wrestlers. This did good as well. In a good match, Edge defeated Christian Cage in 15:02 by pinfall while using the ropes for leverage, a 73B-. Edge had a ring performance of 77. Christian Cage 63. Edge improving in flying. So the feud, the bad friendship feud, Edge beaten, but he's using the ropes for leverage. Oh dear. This did good as well. In above had decent wrestling, but little heat. America's Most Wanted defeated the Badasses in 15:02 when James Storm defeated CM Punk by pinfall with an 8-second ride. America's Most Wanted make defense number 4 their TNA tag titles. CM Punk and Samoa Joe said extra chemistry teaming together. Samoa Joe 67, CM Punk 68, Chris Harris 44, James Storm 46. Chris Harris improving in technical, Samoa Joe in performance and James Storm in performance and Samoa Joe in technical. Sorry, my eyes were playing tricks on me. I was reading below the lines. I'm really proud of this show. I think doing longer matches is actually working out for us. Until we get to the main event and send everyone to sleep. In a decent match, the UK Pitbulls defeated the APA, the Hardy Boys, and Gado and Jado. In 15:30, the order elimination was Gado and Jado, then the Hardy Boys, and finally the APA. The UK Pitbulls make defense number 10 of their TNA World Tag titles. A 57C- in terms of ring work. Jeff Hardy's head and shoulders above everybody else. Jeff Hardy seemed off his game. Matt Hardy's better at his gimmick. Bulk was visibly tiring towards the end. Jeff and Matt Hardy showing his chemistry teaming out there. Jeff Hardy looks excellent. Jado 56, Gado 59, Ron Simmons 63, John Bradshaw Layfield 70. Bless me. Matt Hardy 75, Jeff Hardy 88, Big Dave 40, Bulk 39. Big Dave improving performance. I can't complain with that. Everyone probably just think, why has he just stopped all of a sudden? 57C-. I thought that'd be a bit better, but I did think it would be quite bad because of Bulk and Big Dave and that. 77B and above had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Jeff Jarrett defeated BJ James in 14:39 by pinfall. BJ James 66, Jeff Jarrett 82. No worker improvements, but a good match from those guys. I'm really proud of those guys. Do you know what? I've totally forgot even what the full card is. In above a good wrestling, but didn't have much heat, Christopher Daniels defeated Brian Danielson in 15-21 while using the ropes for leverage. Daniels makes defense in numbers 5 of his TNA Division title. Brian Danielson 65, Christopher Daniels 68, a 63C. Daniels improving in Rumble. That is not a bad match. I think we're now getting to the 3 big matches of the night. I've saved them for the big matches. An 82B. In a battle that had unbelievable heat and superb wrestling, Triple H defeated The Undertaker in 24-50 by pinfall, the Ace Crusher. Paul Bearer did good work at ringside. The Undertaker and Paul Bearer have great chemistry. So does Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay have good chemistry and calling matches together. The match deserved better announcing. The Undertaker 91, the Triple H 93, and 82B. I'm not getting annoyed with that. Holy shit. I'm interested in what the main events are going to get because they're leaving but a 24-minute match. And that does mean that Stephanie McMahon's not going to get sacrificed on Halloween tonight to the 8 gods. Next, I will go out there and defend the belt against the idiot Steve Austin, the redneck beer drinker who will not be winning here tonight. I'll be entering Explosion on Tuesday night as the world champion. Mauro now is getting better at his gimmick. For some reason, I think Mauro was unrated, which put the rating down, which I wasn't meant to do. That was probably done by accident. Oops. Let's hope the match does good. A 77B in above had sensational wrestling and fantastic heat. Steve Austin defeated William Regal in 30 minutes and 3 seconds by pinfall to stunner. Steve Austin wins the TNA World Heavyweight title. The match deserved better announcing. Steve Austin 98, William Regal 92. No work improvements, but the Explosion TNA World Heavyweight storyline has advanced with this segment. A 77B. Well, this interview gets a 77B. The Rock, it's now time for the main event, The Rock and Chris Benoit. And guess what? I'm going into Impact tomorrow night, champion. Oh, I heard that. He lost his title. Well, I'm a wrestler and Chris does not look like a wrestler. See you out there, kid. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. And I think the best match of the night is going to be The Undertaker and Triple H, you know. Unless these two get a better rating than that. A 79... Oh, for God's sakes. In an exceptional match, The Rock defeated Chris Benoit by pinfall in 29-48 by pinfall. The Rock makes defense number 6 of his TNA Championship title. The match deserved better announcing. Chris Benoit 89, The Rock 98. Chris Benoit improving in performance. I really am not making that the main event next month. The main event next month, and I think the next few months, is going to be the Triple H and The Undertaker. And they can have a 30-minute bloody match. I think we gave them 30 minutes. I think they'd get an A rated. But I'm not complaining. We got an 80B. I know that the show wasn't as good as normal, but I am very sorry. But my speeches are going to be going to Triple H, The Undertaker, and I'm going to be giving it to fucking Raven tonight. Because I've never seen Raven get a 90 on this mod anywhere. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for watching. Me and Chris are populating 45 regions. Thank you for watching this. I hope you've had a good Boxing Day. I hope you've enjoyed your cold turkey sandwiches. And I'll see you again tomorrow for the brand new series and Thursday for AAW. Thank you for watching, guys.